Take two. Hi.
Hey.
Welcome back to the Emmizzie podcast. My name is Nicholas.
I'm Edmund.
His name is Edmund. And different setup, okay? It's always a different setup here. And it's always multiple weeks since you had an episode. But guess what, okay? We are now in the same house. So we will be giving you weekly episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Hold me to it on the dead homies. It's not what the setup is always going to look like, but low key. We kind of plan on doing this in a bed.
Mm-hmm.
And the difference is you won't see a computer. You won't see a wooden tray table flipped upside down. We're going to get like end tables with a little mic arm, like the whole deal. Okay. Just like give us a sec. You're so judgy. We're humble right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right now. Like how long have we had this podcast? 2.5 years. It's been humble.
Yeah.
It's only ever been humble. But today I'm telling a story that I have always dreamed of putting on the internet. I'm not embarrassed. Just so you know, me, Nicholas, James, Emmizzie, not embarrassed. Not even a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody in my life, my mom, will be embarrassed by this story.
Oh, it should be all right.
Yeah. I've told this story on Twitch before. So a lot of the Twitch people, you already know this. But I know you'd love me to retell it because you tell me weekly, put this on the podcast. This is maybe one of the first stories I feel like I ever told you about myself.
Mm-hmm.
I went in strong and was like, do you want to hear a crazy story? Like, I don't know. It's not embarrassing. I'm not embarrassed by much, though. I'm embarrassed to like talk to people in public, but I'm not embarrassed to tell the story. I got a dildo shoved up my ass. Well, no. I shoved a dildo up my ass and it got stuck behind my coccyx and I had to go get fisted by the Hulk in the hospital.
Uh-huh.
So that's today's story. Sit back, buckle up, clench your butthole, do your Kegels, grab some popcorn and a drink, because honestly, that's what this story calls for. So yeah, if at any point you feel so inclined to maybe ask a question, go ahead.
Okay.
But I'm here to tell a tale, a Disney story, if you will. One for the books. So this happened, wow, I don't even know how long ago. I was still in school. So I was probably like 21. Like
college.
Post-secondary, yeah.
So college, okay.
Yeah. I was in post-secondary.
Because I'm like, I know you school.
No, I wasn't in high school. No. I was in post-secondary. That's how I like gauge what time things happened in my life. Like, was I still in post-secondary? Anything that happened once I graduated to like when I met you, like a blur. I don't even know which boyfriends were in what order. Like, I know nothing.
Okay.
I was, drunk in a strip club, so I don't remember that era.
Mm-hmm.
But... okay, this is so funny. I still have the hospital band. Remember, I just showed you it.
Mm-hmm.
I still, because what memory for life? Hello, people save things that mean something to them.
Okay.
So, I was at my friend JT's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
I was drunk as shit.
Okay.
I came home, Ubered home. Stay safe. I was horned up.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, let me take this dildo and just. Like, we're only 3 minutes in and I'm already here. Like, what happened to hi? How are you?
Yeah.
I was like, let me just, do my little thing.
There's something incredibly funny about the urge to want to go home and just shove something up your ass. Like, you ever think about that? That's so funny.
Personally, yeah, I do. I think it's wild. And I tell people all the time, like, if I like wasn't gay, like I wouldn't do anal. Okay. Putting things up your butt's so weird. Feels stunning, but like it's weird. Like when people, like I envy you straight people that you could just do it whenever you want. Oh, God bless you. You guys are so lucky. So yeah, I like went home and I was like, let me just, pop a squat. Okay. And I'm doing the deed, doing the damn thing, going ham. Yeah.
Shish kebab yourself?
I was probably 21, I think, at the time. And yeah, gone. So there's a point where I'm like, so it didn't have a base. This is a lesson for life.
Now, hold on. Now, how far into this did you, because we all grown. And some of us have been in a situation where we've had self-pleasure with dildos in our rectums, okay? Like, how far into getting into the groove did you then suck it in and get it stuck? Like, was it like was it like exactly after post loosen up? or was it like you just went to loosen up and then it just went right in?
Here's the deal. So I was drunk, so I was loose. You know what I mean? Like when you're drunk, like you don't feel it as much. You're just like, go ham.
You're automatically loose. Yeah.
It was so long ago. It was over 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. So crazy. So I don't know the amount of time. I also was drunk. Mm-hmm. But I know that it had been like a bit.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, okay, so there was one time when it was like, because it didn't have a base, right? So there's nothing to stop it from going, mm-hmm. you know? So it had gone up once. And I was like, oh, let me just push it back out. And then I was like, oh, this is kind of it. So,
oh my God. So you were like, oh, it's in there. Let's just push it back out.
So then,
okay, wait, hold on. Secondary question before you continue with this story, okay. Because I think the listeners need to have a picture painted, right? So let's just back up a little bit. Where were you? What is the surroundings that you're in? Where are you?
So I had 2 roommates at the time.
Were they there?
Yeah, yeah.
That's fucking.
We were all at the same birthday party.
That's fucking incredible.
We all came home together.
I didn't know that part. That's so fucking funny.
They shared a room. They had you know the room you moved me out of? That was their room.
Right.
And they had a bathroom in their room.
Damn, that was a little ass room. Well, I guess
it was 2 of
smaller.
them. Yeah. So they shared that room, and then they had a bathroom. So the bathroom that was outside was mine.
They had a bunk bed or just 2 twins in there?
No, 2 twins.
Okay.
Yeah, like the outside bathroom was mine because they had their own. Mm-hmm. So I was just in there, and you were in the bathroom. I was in the bathroom.
You weren't in your bedroom.
No, I was in the bathroom,
right next to their room,
but like not next to it. Like the bathroom.
It was like the bedroom and then the bathroom and then the outside bathroom. So like,
yeah, like the bathrooms backed onto each other. Uh-huh. So like they wouldn't have hurt me or anything.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
But that's
I'm also not sitting there like, oh yeah.
That's still. So like, you just. So back up.
What do you mean?
So back up.
What? What?
I mean, I guess you don't have to be vocal.
Yeah, why would I be sitting there being like, ah?
But like you were just sitting there dildoing yourself in silence?
Yeah. What do you mean? Am I supposed to be giving like a grand opera?
No, but like I feel like I don't know. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. So they're in their bedroom.
You're in the bathroom.
It's like it's like 1 a.m.
Well, of course you left the club.
Yeah, I'm in the bathroom doing the thing, and then all of a sudden it's like gone, and like I can't push it back out.
Well, we need more information first.
What?
So you're in the bathroom. Yeah. What did you have on?
I don't know.
Okay. The most important question: what is the size and girth?
I'll get there. I'll get there.
Okay.
I'll get there when I have to call 911.
Beautiful. Okay.
We'll talk about that.
I'm skipping steps. Go ahead.
Because they asked.
Okay.
Yeah.
They asked you on the phone.
Because they need to know the severity.
Okay, just because that's so funny. Okay. Go ahead.
No, this story is fucking
incredible.
wild.
This is incredible. I'm having a good time.
Wait till I get where I ask the fucking hospital, like, who takes me home? You brought me here in an ambulance. Anyway, I had never taken one. I don't know. So
continue.
Like Kirby, just right, it gone.
Just suction in. Okay. Yep.
And I'm like, oh no, it's gone. Like I'm trying to push it back out. Like I'm pushing for all my might. Nothing.
About to shit on yourself.
Nothing's coming out. Okay. And I'm like, oh my God. So I'm sitting there for a bit. I'm Googling. Mm-hmm. Dildo is stuck in my ass. What do I do? Mm-hmm. All the forums. 911. And I'm like, no. So I'm sober now. Mm-hmm. I'm not drunk anymore. Mm-hmm. No part of me is drunk. I've never been this sober in my life, actually. And I actually took almost a year out from drinking. Mm-hmm. I was more sober in that moment. Mm-hmm. So, and that was in my Jaeger bomb era.
Which, let's park there for a second, because what the fuck? Who has a Jaeger bomb era?
What?
It was a specific type of person coming up that enjoyed Jaeger bombs, and it was always
5'4" bitches with long hair who shove dildos in their ass.
Yeah.
So it just was gone. It was gone.
Okay.
911. Help! I've fallen and I can't get up. Life alert. So I call 911. Well, no, I go downstairs. I'm on the.
Well, okay, so
I think I'm on the 20th floor. Yeah, my apartment number was like 2019 or something.
What was your first thought? Not to consult the people in the room next to you?
No. I was like mortified. No, I was so mortified.
So it was stuck in. Did they not question why you was in the bath? How long
they
were you in the bathroom?
Asleep. No, they were asleep. They went to bed. We were all drunk, so they just went to bed.
Okay.
Yeah. So no, yeah, they literally went to bed. So I went downstairs because I was like, well, I obviously can't have this conversation because they're gonna hear me.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, I don't know anything. I don't go to the hospital, right? So
Uh-huh.
I'm thinking, I'm just going to go. They're going to find a way, pop it back out. I'm going to come home and no one's going to know a thing.
That's so funny.
No, it was so crazy. Can you believe that this is going to be how my parents, because they watch sometimes the podcast, like this is going to be how they find this out.
Incredible. Hi.
Hey, mom. Hey, dad. I'm hoping you clicked off.
Well, no, she about to send you the text message.
Oh, I know.
Or FaceTime.
Yeah. But yeah, so I go downstairs and I'm like, 911. I need an ambulance.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, for what?
Mm-hmm.
Is anyone hurt? And I was like, well, no, because I wasn't in pain.
Okay.
So I was like, no, which I'll tell you, that was a mistake. I should have said I was.
Mm-hmm.
I said no. They were like, what happened? And I was like, I have a dildo stuck inside of me.
Mm-hmm.
The lady's like, what? And I'm like,
no, you got to repeat it.
let me repeat myself. I have a dildo stuck inside of me. And she goes, okay, what's the size?
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, 8-inch dong. And she was like, okay. Okay.
She on the line like, impressive.
Yeah. Like, how'd you lose that? Like, I'm only 5'4".
Well, she don't know that. She like, damn, how big is this bitch? She don't want
Yeah, she's a damn loose booty.
Damn. Loose booty.
Yeah. And so I'm like, yeah, 8-inch dong. She's like, okay, ambulance is on its way.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, sick. So I go back upstairs. I grab my stuff. I'm like, okay, should have grabbed a phone charger. Didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went back down, waited for the ambulance.
Where did you wait?
In the front of my apartment, just like outside.
But like did you sit?
No, there's nowhere to sit. There's just stand.
So you just stood until the ambulance came? Okay.
And
probably because you couldn't sit.
no, it didn't hurt. Like I wouldn't have known, if that makes sense. Like if I was blacked out and this was stuck inside me, I would have woken up and had no idea.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I didn't have like any pressure on it because it was behind my coccyx. It was no longer in my like actual like butt area.
Okay.
It's like behind the butt bone. So like I didn't have that pressure.
But how the fuck did it get there if it got to go through like?
So it went in the
colon?
booter canal, and then it like visual learners. Here, this is for you. This is my butt, like my actual inside of my booty. There's like this is your coccyx. See how it's like halfway in? It went up and behind it.
Oh.
So it was behind the bone. That was the problem.
Damn, how much room you got down there? You can fit a whole inch just behind there.
Well, you know who I used to sleep with.
Yeah, actually. True.
Thank you.
Yeah. Stretch that. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
former bottom. I'm retired.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I'm sitting and waiting. Ambulance pulls up. Someone I know is the EMT.
That's so. Who is it?
I don't remember her name now.
But like, where do you know her from?
Dance.
That's so.
She had a little red bob.
Fucking crazy.
I don't remember her name now because like we weren't friends, but we knew of each other.
But you knew who she was,
Yep.
and she knew who you was.
Yeah, so she was the EMT.
Was she on the phone? No,
She was the EMT. No, she was just the EMT. Like she was so she was supposed to be in the back with me, and she didn't. She purposely was in the passenger seat.
You goddamn right.
Yeah, somebody else was in the back with me, and they're asking me all these questions. I'm just sitting there like, yep, great. But yeah, they were asking me all these questions.
She for sure went up front and texted everybody in a group chat like, "Oh my god, Nicholas has the dildo stuck up his ass."
Obviously, she told me she didn't because that goes like it's illegal for her to say as a doctor you're not legally.
But real
allowed to
nigga
say,
shit,
but like,
she did
of course,
that.
of course, I would have.
Fuck
Of course. Oh my god, I'm texting everybody I know. But I don't want to lose my
Everybody
job.
I know
So
that we both know.
yeah. Anyway, then the ambulance is like whatever. Other EMTs ask me questions.
Mm.
He's like, and it's a him, and he's like,
What's he look like?
I don't remember. I don't remember that part. I only remember what the doctor looked like
Okay, but we'll get there.
because he was super hot.
We'll get there.
So yeah, I'm sitting there, and he's like, "What's the size? What were you doing? Were you drinking? Blah blah blah." And he's just like painfully writing things down.
And I'm like, nigga, why you that part fucked me up? Because I'm like, you know why I'm here. Why you asking me these dumb questions? It's 1:00 in the morning, and I got
Because
a
they have to
dildo
give that
stuck up my
information to like
ass.
the doctor, the nurses.
But
and stuff.
bitch, you know why I'm here.
I know. But so they have to like paint the scene. You know what I mean?
That's fucking.
Well, they have to ask those questions in case there was like a crime or something happened, right?
But I'm fine.
And like if I'm on drugs, they have to ask things. You know?
He coming in there. Did you slip on it? Like, no, what the fuck? Like,
And I just calmly was like, yeah. Because the thing, you know how like I'm not embarrassed in front of people I don't know. I'm embarrassed in front of people I do know. So I was not embarrassed from that moment on, like from anybody there, because I was like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't know who you are. Like that doesn't bother me at all. It's like how I can perform and do things in front of like a million people, but like to do it in front of people I know I don't like.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'm sitting there and he's asking me all the questions, blah blah blah. We pull up at the thingy hospital, sorry.
Okay.
And
the thingy,
the hospital, and they're like, oh, I don't know. The last time I was at a hospital was like when I was, I think in like grade 8 or no, probably in high school, but I just don't remember it. But I was with my parents. Oh. I never had to check in. I never had to do things. So I get there and I'm standing there. I'm like, what do you think I do here? And I'm alone. I don't know what's going on. I know nothing. So I find this check-in desk and I have to then recant everything that happened to the check-in lady. She's so mean. I remember that. She was like, you can just sit and wait. And I'm like, oh, okay. And like, didn't know how long a merge takes. Like I would be dead. If you were bleeding out, you'd be dead. That's how long a merge takes in Canada. You can wait for like 6 hours bleeding. Eventually they get me to a bed. A woman comes in and she's puking black tar. I remember that. Like it was like a tar substance. It was like black. She was puking all over the floor and I was like, oh. Okay. I'm in the thing. A nurse comes in. She was such a bitch. I just remember she was so mean. And she just was
what
like...
What did she look like?
I don't remember that.
Okay.
I genuinely don't.
You remember who do you remember? What
doctor.
Do you remember?
The doctor.
That's the only person you remember.
It's the only person I remember what they look like.
Okay, cool.
And yeah, and so the nurse comes in and she's asking me all these questions and she's like mad at me for doing this. I'm like, bitch, you think I want to be here? Like she kept just like rolling her eyes. She was like I get you're a night shift nurse, but like, babe.
She's like, you fucking fail.
Probably. Yeah, she was just so nasty. I don't remember.
Laptop.
I hate when I'm telling stories and my laptop interrupts. Like, hello? Don't you see me telling a story? So nurse comes in, she asks me all these questions, and every time I answer, she's just like rude. So she'll be like, oh, well, how did this happen? So I'm telling her the story. She's like rolling her eyes, like all these things. She's like, okay, so the doctor will be in soon. I wait for another few hours. The doctor didn't get in there until like 5 a.m., I think. 5:30 maybe a.m.
What time do you think you got there?
2:30.
God damn.
Yeah, that was pretty fast in Canada land. That's pretty fast. Doctor comes in. Instantly, and I'm single. Instantly, I'm like, this is how I meet my husband. This is our love story. This is our journey. Because he's so hot. Okay. He's 100 feet tall. Okay. He ducked to come under the door. Yeah. Instantly, I'm bricked up. Okay. And so
Can we get more details?
So he had like a pushback, like like my old hair when I was on vacation, and it was when I first pushed my bangs back. He had hair like that. He was black and Indian.
Salt and pepper?
No. He was young. Okay. He was so hot. He shook my hand, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's such a big hand!" Like, wow. He was. I can't even tell you. Like, if like Jason Momoa was like
darker.
He was so hot. You know who he looked like? That guy that you always see on my Instagram, and you're always like, "Who is that guy?" He looked like that, but they had a little more hair. Oh my god, he was so hot. I will never forget. Ass nigga. No, he was so hot. So I'm obviously like not even hearing what he's saying. I'm like, wow, you're hot. This is how we met. We're gonna tell our kids about this one day.
You can dig me out one way.
Hello. So he's asking me all these questions. He's very kind. He's like, honestly, a dildo is the tamest thing that we've had to pull out of somebody. And then I'm thinking like, kind of shit are you pulling out people's ass? So what the fuck are you people putting in your fucking assholes?
Gerbils.
I've heard of that. It's that somebody shoved a gerbil in someone's asshole as a prank
and died.
That's so crazy.
The gerbil ate his way out. I made that up. I'm talking shit.
No, I've heard that though. That's a real story.
I can imagine.
No, that is a real story. Oh my god, like imagine. Hot Wheels cars. People shove Hot Wheels cars into people. Yeah. Stop doing that. Yeah, so I'm just like trying to hear him, but I can't because I see him. And so yeah, he's like, all right, there's a couple ways that we can go about this. There's like 3 ways that I can remember. I think there's 3. Okay. He's like, 1, you can push. I'll go in with my hand. Now I black out because I shook his hand. I remember how big it was. And I'm like, no.
Yeah, you ain't turned on by the hand no more, huh?
No. Couldn't we? That's number 1.
Okay.
Can we skip ahead?
Okay.
No way. And then he's talking and I go, hold on, back up. Like, I stopped hearing you after I heard you have to fist me. And he just goes, oh, okay. Like, Like, because that's what you said.
Yeah, that's what you said.
And he was like, oh, okay. So he starts over. I know I either gave him the best night of his life of stories to tell forever because I was so sarcastic in myself.
Or that he retired
or
early.
he was traumatized. And he's homophobic now. So, yeah, he's like, so I can go in with my hand and you push and I try to grab hold and I pull her out. 2, we go in with like surgical little like things. Like I'm going to go in with a claw.
Tong things, yeah.
Yeah, like a literal tongs, like would you flip bacon with. And try to, but like more surgical and stuff.
Okay.
And try to pull it out.
For surgical bacon.
Okay. It's like, you know, on Thanksgiving when people eat gizzards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just my gizzards. Eat my gizzard. Sorry, that's crazy.
I thought a gizzard was like a liver.
I think the gizzard is intestines, no?
No.
What's giblets?
What the fuck is a giblet?
Am I making that giblet?
What are you talking about?
Gizzards. What was that thing that was at your family's Thanksgiving?
Boy chitlins.
What's a chitlin?
Pig intestine.
That's what I'm talking about.
Continue the story.
So anyway.
What is a chicken gizzard? Anyway, go ahead.
The claw.
Mm-hmm.
The claw, like Buzz Lightyear. But my inside me.
Mm-hmm.
Or option 3, surgery.
Oh.
Because they have to get it out.
Mm.
And what they'd have to do is fucking cut, like C-section style. Isn't that so crazy? All just because I wanted to fuck myself.
You would have had a baby.
That is so crazy. And the baby is an 8-inch dong.
Yeah.
No.
What color was the dildo?
Tan.
Mm.
Like my color.
Mm.
He's like, all right, like, do you
3
consent?
choices?
Like, like, let's do it. But they have to do it in that order because it's more severe, right?
Wait.
No, I don't get to choose.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Back up.
The order is the least lethal. Yeah. They don't want to put a foreign thing inside of me like tongs, right? So it's like...
So then, my nigga, why did you give me options?
No. It wasn't like the options. It was like...
This is what we're doing.
This is like the order of options.
Oh, you said he gave you 3 options. I'm like, well, how
Yeah,
the
like,
fuck you gonna give me 3 options and then make my mind up for
No.
me?
It was like 3 as in like, we're going to start with this, then number 2, then
I would have
number 3.
preferred the tongs.
Yeah. In retrospect, me too.
We didn't get there, did we?
No.
Continue the
Babe,
story.
we didn't. So it's like, yeah, like it's not even 6 yet. Okay, this all happened really fast. 6 a.m.-ish. And he's like, all right, so he fucking lubes up.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. And I have to like hold my, like I had a million positions, okay? So like I had to do like the birthing one or the like gynecologist one where your legs are up in the air. I had to do that one. He's fucking fisting me like crazy. And I'm like I can't even explain. Like one of the most painful things I've ever dealt with.
How big was his hand, like compared to mine?
Way bigger. Like when he shook my hand, it was like this. Like,
oh, it was like,
no, like this. Like his hand was so big. My hand was like this big.
Oh my God.
It was huge. Fuck you. Don't be a fisting doctor.
Fisting doctor.
I feel like that's not nice.
Fisting doctor is crazy.
Some gays for sure live. They're like, this is my dream. I'm not that gay.
I bet you he was the only doctor in there that had the biggest hand. I feel like all the...
I've never seen a doctor that big in my life.
All the other doctors were small.
I've never seen a doctor that big in my life. I rarely see people that big in my life. I rarely see people who have to duck under doors.
You know what happened? They was in the break room and they had to do rock, paper, scissors.
Shut the fuck up.
And he lost. They flipped a coin. It was like, nigga, if I win, you got to take your big ass hand in there and pull that dildo out of him. No, what happened was somebody was like, he's gay. He'll like it. That's what actually happened. That's what actually happened.
Honestly, it's probably what happened.
Somebody was in the room like, oh, he's gay. He'll fucking like it. Go ahead.
It felt like, I don't know. I can't even explain. Like I was just being ripped apart.
So
he's not gay. And you want to know how I know? He didn't start with like a few fingers.
That's what I was about to ask you. What was the process? He just went full hand?
He went full hand.
Whoa! He just went in.
I remember one of the moments where he was so painfully straight. Like there was moments where I was like, "Wow, he's asserting his straightness. He doesn't even know it." But yeah, he just like started to go in, and I literally was. I remember slapping his hand, being like, "What are you doing? Like, slow down. Like, go slow." And he was like, I'm sorry, like whatever. He had a little bit of an accent, but he's like, I'm sorry. So then he
Yo, dog tried to just ram it in. That's so. Did he lube you up at least?
Yeah. No, he was like fully. He was like a bucket. Like he fully was like lubed up.
Oh my god.
But I don't care.
You still gotta go slow, brother.
It's 2 fingers first. Take me to dinner. What are you talking about? Buy me a drink. Give me a shot at least.
Rub on it a little bit. Like shit.
Fuck. So so I was like, okay, well, you got to chill out. So there was like, a moment, but then eventually we're both like, all right, just fucking go.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't get because I'm 5'4" and I'm not built like, who's that little guy? Armand Rizzo.
Yeah.
I'm not built like him. So he couldn't get past his knuckles, obviously.
Oh my god.
So he kept trying to like grab and he was like, babe, like I can't do it. But in straight, And so then he was like, okay.
Did they restrain your arms and legs?
No, I had to hold them, like my legs up.
Oh my god.
So then I had to lay on my side. Like we had to try all these different positions.
Which position ended up working the best?
We'll get there.
Okay.
So I'm trying all these positions. Like a half an hour of being fisted goes by.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to actually just like tap out of life. Like this has nothing to do with the dildo anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like actually,
I'll keep the
me.
dildo if I can just leave.
Kill me, please. No, kill me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying tap out of life.
Oh, okay.
End it all.
Yeah.
So he's like sweating. He's like dying, right? I'm like, you're dying. At one point, he's like, woo. I'm like, the audacity. First world problems, you're sweating. Oh, do you need a rag? Oh, okay. Okay, I need an epidural. So then he's like, all right, we can't do it, but we need now the surgical tool. I can't do that. A surgeon has to come in to do that. They won't be here till 7:30.
Oh, hell no.
So I'm laying there and I'm helpless. So I'm like, okay, I have to. Like, too bad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I missed the part. Sorry. Before all this, the nurses kept asking me, are you in any pain? Because they would have administered something to me.
Bitch, are you dumb?
No, and I kept, no, before he fisted me.
Mm-hmm.
So I kept saying no because I wasn't in any pain.
Oh, yeah. When they called, you said you were fine.
Yep. I called. They said, are you in pain? I said, no. I got in the ambulance. Are you in pain? No. I'm in the waiting room. Are you in pain? No. I'm in the bed. Are you in pain? No. And I fucked up because I should have said yes. Because had I known I was going to be fisted by the Hulk, I would have said yes. I didn't because I didn't know that I was going to be Karina rocket punched.
And then by the time you was in pain, it was too late.
It was too late.
They couldn't give you nothing because you still would have been. You still got to go through the surgery.
It was too
late. It wouldn't work fast enough.
So, or he's like, yeah, they'll be here at 7:30. So I'm just sitting there so helpless. I'm like, I just like literally hate my life. So I just start texting my roommate now because she's up. She's awake. I'm like, this is what happened. She's like, you fucking bitch. Why didn't you tell me? This would have been amazing. I wish you told me. And then I'm like, well, I wish that you came too. I thought this was going to be like an hour I'm home.
Yeah.
And so I would have asked her. I would have loved company.
Uh-huh.
So I regret that. But yeah, she just, not even how are you? Sydney. No, I love Sydney. I miss her. Yeah, and she was just like, that's amazing.
That's incredible.
I wish I was there with you.
That's incredible.
So I'm just sitting there and I'm laying down and I have my hands on my stomach and I'm like, wait, what the fuck? And I can feel it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like pushing out of my skin. It's above my belly button.
Oh my.
That's how far in it is. Because you think 8 inches, like I'm short. So it's
you
like,
are small. So it's like right there.
So it's above my belly button. I can see it. So I push on it. And I feel pressure. I can feel it like bending inside of me when I push down like this. Okay. Immediately I scream. I'm like, nurse, come here. I instantly have an idea. Because he can feel it. He can touch it behind my coccyx, but he can't get it out. So I said, well, what if I apply pressure? That's like my thought. If I apply pressure, you go,
if I
boom,
push it,
it's out.
You could grab it.
Yes. Or flick it like he could. And then it'll leave my coccyx.
Yeah.
And so then I tell the nurse, I'm like, grab the doctor. She's like, he's not available. I go, make him available.
Mm-hmm.
She rolls her eyes and I said, you can roll your eyes all you want. I'm going to keep yelling.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting here for so many hours because of this. Get the doctor.
Yeah.
She says, he's busy. Boy, I'm laying on that button. You know the button in the thing? Like a fucking Pitbull album. It's like, like that's what I'm doing. Literally a reggaeton song. Over and over and over.
Period.
She finally is like, okay, I'll get the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
He comes in. He's like, yes. I'm like, I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, what? I'm like, no, hear me out. Okay.
Just shut up.
Hear me out. I tell him and he goes, okay, that sounds good. I feel like he's like, that makes sense.
Work,
like,
yeah.
I push it, it bends, and then you flick it out and it whoop, tsunami right out. Boom. Okay. Ride the wave. And so
I'm already open since you done stuck your hand in here 15 times.
I'm already gaping. Hello?
Farts don't make no noise.
No. Or
yeah.
you ever heard a turkey gobble like that?
It's like a goat.
Just like that's what happens when I fart. So he goes to go in again, but it's now been like 30 minutes. So like I'm a little in pain. He's got to go again. But I press and he's like, I can feel the tension. Like if this is gonna work, I'm like, we gotta do it. We're like teammates now. Okay. So I go and I push and it fucking like launches out of me, falls on the floor, bounces, starts rolling. That I will never forget. Oh my God. It starts rolling away. He grabs it, picks it up. He high fives me. This doctor raises his hand in the air. Yep.
Hold on.
Yep.
Let me sit with that for a little bit.
Yeah.
The nigga picked up the dildo.
He had to chase it. Like a ping pong ball bouncing away.
He ran after it.
Yeah.
This 6'10" man.
Yeah.
With a 5-foot hand.
Yeah.
Ran across the room.
Yeah.
Grabbed this dildo.
Bouncing dildo.
Which is half the size of his hand.
Yep.
Came back to you.
Yep.
Dildo in hand.
Yep.
And high fives you.
And he high-fived me with the hand he fisted me with. But it all happened so fast that I high-fived him back. And then we both looked at our hands like, oh, okay. And I knew he was straight because what do you mean you high-fived me? Like, what do you mean you high-fived me? Is this like a fraternity house? Like you just fisted me as your brother, like casually, and then you high-fived me like, good job, bro?
Yeah, good job, bro.
Don't ask, don't tell. So he then goes, do you want to keep it?
Did you?
Fuck no.
Why not?
I said, throw that out. Like I don't remember what I said, but I know I was like I'm so okay. I'm good.
Did it not hurt when it was pushing against your cervix, sir?
I am
woo.
Not a whammon.
Your bone?
Like when I was pressing down?
Yeah.
Yes, but like too fucking bad, get it out.
Was it like nerve pain or was it
No,
like...
just pressure. The pressure was insane.
Okay.
There was no pain, to be honest. It was just the pain was him. But my bones don't have like nerves. They're bones, right? So it's like I was just a lot of pressure. So it all happened. He said, do you want to keep it? I said no. And then he was like, I can't believe that worked. Like, that's amazing. I'm like,
that's incredible, yeah.
Thank you.
That's incredible.
Husband, thank you. So we didn't get married.
Oh.
And the nurse comes in again and she's just so nasty the whole time. But
you should have
I remember cussing at her and I don't remember why.
You should have kept it to throw it at her.
Damn. Imagine. I remember like fully cussing her out and I don't remember why because it was so long ago. But
probably because she wasn't getting the doctor.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was, but she was so mean. And then I cussed her out finally because I'm all about being nice to workers. Like, listen, you're a night shift worker. That's a hard job. But I don't remember what she did, but I remember saying it and feeling justified in my actions. Whatever you did, bitch. Whore. So, yeah, it was all good. And then the guy was like, you can go. And I was like, sick. So they gave me discharge papers. And then I'm sitting...
Damn, he ain't check you out after, like, he ain't check your insides out after that?
No. But they did tell me, like, I could have died. And I was like, oh, shit.
How? What's
it's a foreign object inside of you, and if it was in there for a certain amount of time, and then, like, you don't know what bacteria was on it that's now inside of you, true, and it could have, because it was so high up in there, and I'm so small, it could have caused tears. Who knows? Is that the reason that I had my other intestine problem?
Oh, true, yeah.
Like, we don't know those answers. For those who don't know, I was like in the hospital. I had the tear in my intestines. I was septic anyway. That's a whole different story, but that's not related. But honestly, could be.
Maybe.
Because yeah, they were like, it was so far inside of you, and like that, and like think if that was behind in a certain way, could have blocked any toxins from getting out. Like
true.
Like they were like, no, you literally could have died. When I told Holly, she was like, you literally could have died. And I was like, well, I didn't feel a thing until I was fisted. Yeah. So he gave me discharge papers, and he was like, you're all ready to go. He's like, you should probably have like Restoralax, like the laxative.
Oh.
Like the thing that makes your poop liquid, not solid. He's like, you're gonna have a painful few days. And I remember, I don't know what I said, but I remember making a comment and being like about the Hulk being fisting me again.
Okay.
And then I told him he was like being like the Hulk was gonna fist me. And I just remember him being like, wow. Because the fuck?
Because you did.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I just remember saying something like that. Like, yeah, I'm aware it's gonna hurt for a few days.
Did it?
It felt like just like existing, not even shitting, existing felt like one guy, one jar.
Oh my God.
Like that's what it felt like. Bleeding like crazy for days. Like it was crazy. Yeah. And then I went to the front desk and I was like who takes me home? And she was like, excuse me? I was like, well, you brought me here in an ambulance. And all I ever knew was like my parents drove me home. When I would go to the hospital when I was younger. So it didn't occur to me that like I'd have to take myself home.
Bless your heart.
You took me here.
Bless
Why
you.
did you take me here if you weren't going to take me home? And this wasn't close to where I lived.
Why did you take me here?
And the lady's just looking at me like, because who doesn't know this?
Because who would ask that question? Yeah.
Me, I don't know. Why would I know this? You know? So she points to the thing and it's a taxi number. And I just remember being like,
yeah.
That's so rude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, it was even more rude when all of a sudden I got a bill in the mail for the taxi and I was like, excuse me?
Yeah.
So you took me here, did all these things to me, and now I have to pay for it? As a Canadian, I feel like that doesn't seem like crazy. No, but the ambulance, I got billed for the ambulance. It was like $60 or something, I don't remember. But still, I was like shocked that like you would bring me to the hospital and I have to pay for it. Like, that's so crazy to me. What happened to healthcare? What happened to free healthcare?
Yeah.
No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I get home. My roommate's like, do tell. Run it back.
Like, you gotta run
what
the story
happened?
through.
So then whatever, I tell her. And she's like, are you still going? Was it Jeff's? I think it was Jeff's birthday party. Somebody I went to school with. Are you still going to Jeff's birthday party? And I'm like, oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
So I went to a pool party. I'm sitting in the pool with all of my friends, telling them the story. They're like, what the hell? I'm like, isn't that awesome? Because now, like, I was fine.
Yeah.
Like, unless I was, like, shitting or clenching my butthole, like, I was, like, okay. Like, I was fine. We played football that day. And everyone was like, I can't believe you're not embarrassed. I'm like, I can't wait to tell everyone. What are you talking about? This is an amazing story. How many people get to tell the story? I can't wait to tell everybody. I tell everybody. Everybody's like, you are fucked up. I'm like, isn't that so funny? I obviously had to not bottom for like a significant amount of time. I swore off dildos. I'd never used a dildo ever again. Literally ever again in my life. I was done.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, everybody on stream after I told them this was like, they'll always say like, get a base. Like they make fucking comments, you rats, about like baseless, like or get balls, like shit like that. Like a base is important, and it is. Get based dildos. So you don't end up like me. And I always wanted to tell my mom just to be like, LOL, because she'd be mortified.
Oh, yeah.
I told everybody. I told Candace. Like, I told everybody because I think that's so fucking funny.
It's hilarious.
It's so funny. And I've been wanting to tell the story on the internet for years. I've been wanting to tell the story. But I taught kids, so I couldn't. I felt like I couldn't because that'd be weird. But now that I don't, like, it's fine. But
phenomenal.
Thank you. It's been years. It's great. I'll never forget it. That's so awesome. I wish it was like, and then years later, I'm teaching at a convention thing and I run into that EMT girl.
Yeah, what did she say?
And so she finally comes up to me and she's like, can we talk about it? I'm like, listen. I don't remember her name. Maybe Kristen? I can't remember because it was so long ago. But yeah, and she was like, I couldn't believe. Like I saw your name on the thing of who we're picking up and I was like, oh my God, of course this is my call. Out of all of Toronto GTA area.
Out of everybody.
It's her and me?
Out of everyone.
Come on.
It's 3 million people in this city and you why are you here?
Yeah, and she was like, oh my God, I always wanted to talk to people about it, but I knew I couldn't. And I was like, tell everyone, what are you talking about? She's really good friends with one of my friends, Julia, and she was like, boom. Second I told her you could tell someone, Julia comes up to her, she's like, hello? Yeah, so I thought that was so funny. Yeah, I wasn't embarrassed or anything. I was just like, this is fucking awesome. This is the funniest shit that's ever happened. What a good story. That's why when people are like, what's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you? I always just say that I shit in a cornfield
Mhm.
because like that sucked. But like this is the best thing. It's not embarrassing to me at all. But like this would be the story I tell.
It's probably the top story for sure.
This would be the story I tell.
Anyway,
no further questions about the thing.
How much was the dildo that you bought?
I don't know. It was like I was 21-ish. I'm gonna be 33. I don't know. So that's the end of today's episode. I hope you loved it. Welcome to the Emmizzie podcast. If you're new here, what an intro episode.
Mm-hmm.
And the setup will only get better from here. So thank you for listening. You can follow. I don't even know how to do an outro after that.
Mm-hmm.
What? My Twitter is in the description, which leads to our OF.
Mm-hmm.
Subscribe if you want to see different and all our links are below, so I'm not even going to recant them. But yeah, thanks for listening, watching, however you consumed this. Please don't consume dildos. Thank you.
Be safe.
Be safe out there, folks. Scary world. Okay, bye.